What's up, guys? Welcome to JG on the Move, and I am so excited about our special guest today. He is a teen idol, actor, and international model, Mr. Cody Saintgnue. Say hi, Cody. What's up,
guys? What up? Excited to be taking a spin in the whip.
Yeah. So, Cody, probably most of you know him from, he's heartthrob on MTV's Teen Wolf, right? And now he's turned into a little international model going all over the place. But one of my favorite things about Cody is his humbleness, his heart, his genuine character, and just a super kind and sweet guy. And so, he's 23 years old, super young, and somebody who's already tapped so much into their greatness being out here in LA. But we were just kind of talking beforehand, and were you born with confidence, or is it something you had to work on?
No, definitely not. Definitely I think with, my childhood, a lot of I had a bit of a rough childhood growing up. And so, I notice a lot of people also out here in the business, have family members who are a producer, or their mother's an acting coach, or their father sings, or some sort of niche, and right. I had no stick in the sand.
Right.
So
it's just you by yourself, just waving your freak flag.
Yeah, exactly. And so I had to really work hard at opening up and getting to know myself, and just finding that confidence in you. And it's not even confidence, it's just understanding you're enough, really. It's confidence mixed with, you are just enough at every moment of your life, and so it takes a lot of work.
What kind of things have you done to help yourself grow?
Oh man. I've just studied every aspect of my craft, and I still feel like I know nothing.
Right. Well, that's awesome, because that'll
Like,
push you to keep growing. To you, what is greatness?
Oh man, greatness? I think greatness is 100% exploration of oneself, because we're all great. I think it's just finding out what you're confidently great at. And they always talk about the X factor, like that person has the X factor, like when they walk in the room, they got that glow, they got that something. But I think that the X factor to me is someone who, or the greatness is someone who just understands themselves and loves themselves so much, and isn't afraid to look at what they're great at and own that.
Exactly.
So that's what it is to me.
Confidence, man. It's all about that confidence. I always say talent is such a small portion of anything. It's the confidence that you exude that makes you have that X factor. It's the X factor is confidence, walking in and just owning it. Now, I also believe that everybody has multiple things that they're great at in life. I mean, there's lots of things that you're going to be great at, and then you're going to learn as you get older more things that you're great at. But right now, in your space and in your life, what do you feel like your greatness is?
Right now, just everything, or like just career, or just whatever first
anything.
Comes to my head.
What comes into your head?
Something that I feel I'm really great at. I'll take business aside for a second. Like something like I'm learning even more is patience. Something that I feel like I am really great at is patience, because at times in this industry, you put all your hopes and happiness and excitement and joy into when you get jobs.
Right.
And then when you start to do that, sometimes you're killing it. Sometimes for a year straight you're killing it. Sometimes for a year you're not killing it. So if you're depending, your happiness and everything on just one slice of the pie, you're forgetting all those other, yummy slices that you could be having for a midnight snack.
Yeah, that's right. Well, the whole thing is patience. I always talk about flow. You have to trust the process. The process is the golden spot. Yeah. It's all the things that you're learning on your way to your process, right? Because we're always so tunnel visioned on the end goal, what's going to happen at the very end. Well, there's so much going to happen in between that's really going to determine where you go in your life and what you're going to do, and you learn new things about yourself. Like you're learning patience, and I think that is amazing thing, because patience is a virtue. You know, it
Yeah.
truly is one of the things that, you know, most of the listeners that I have are, you know, mixed in the entertainment world, but also people who are moms. They're running small businesses. They're somebody with a dream, a goal, doctors and lawyers or whatever. And everybody has this idea of where they want to be. They have that end result. But you said it. Listen, 23-year-old just nailed it on the head. It's patience. It is patience. It is truly.
It's a marathon.
Yeah, you have to be patient and you have to show up.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly true. You know, so many people, man, like Michael Jordan said, you miss 100% of the shots you never take. So, you know, a lot of self-doubt scares people, and or trial and error. If something doesn't go their way, they just like abandon the whole ship. But like, you know, part of, you know, getting to that greatness is also failing. You know, you
better believe it.
You gotta fail. You gotta fall. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but you gotta fall on your ass a lot to get back up. You know what I mean? That's right. There's an attribute in getting back up. There is a strength in that.
That's how you build. That's how you know. That's how babies grow, man. When they fall down, they have to get up and they build the muscles, right?
Totally.
So let me just ask you this: has there been times that you wake up and you feel like, oh my God, I'm not good enough to do this, or I'm in a place that what am I doing? Because I know that I feel that way, and I'm 44 and I am great at what I do.
Right.
But sometimes I wake up and I feel it. Do you feel that way? And what do you do if you feel that way? Which I know that you got to feel that way because everybody does. Yeah. But what do you do to pick yourself up and go?
Oh man. Well, yeah, absolutely. Everybody goes through that. I mean, if they don't, then you're a sociopath. Like,
right.
You're not a human. You're a robot.
right.
And so, you know, I think, you know, the number one thing that calms me when I start to get in my head, and I'm not giving myself enough compassion, or I'm not giving myself enough grace, or I'm being too hard on myself, I take a step back, I breathe, and I realize that I'm like, you know, why am I being so hard on myself? Is it my ego talking? Like, what is it in this moment right now that's diverting me from my main mission? Because this isn't the Cody that I know talking to me. This is the small Cody. And so I first think, like, where is this coming from? Did I see someone? Am I comparing myself? Where did it stem from? And then I analyze, okay, now I know where it stemmed from. For me, usually it's a result that didn't happen the way I visualized it. Right. I had this idea, it was going to go this way, A was going to go to B, and somehow I'm at V. And I'm like, damn it, what the fuck? Right. So, and then what I do to pull myself out of it is, you know, I take a step back, I'm like, guess what, Cody? You know, you're not so damn great that, you know, you're the only one going through this. There is millions every day of people that go through the same emotional struggle and thought patterns, and and I'm like, I know I'm not in it alone, and then I probably go play basketball or something, you know, just something physical to work it out, maybe do some boxing. Yeah, to get your mind off of that situation. Just off that lane, out of that lane, and but then you have to just get back up and show back up, right? You got to show up and keep doing it, because I think that's the key that we all need to understand, is that every single one of us, including myself, has self-doubt that puts in. You know, you start working on something, you start comparing yourself to other people who are killing the game, excuse me, who are killing the game, who are doing amazing things, and you're going, why am I not doing that? Why? I've got the same ability, I've got the same looks, I've got the same talents. Why if not better? If I'm not better, I'm better. Yes, you're exactly right. Better. I trained more than you. Yes, you're like, you know that you're better than that person. You've worked harder for it, and yet that person is getting it. And so that self-doubt will pour in, and you have to just like block it out. You know, you've got to like get up. And I think it's okay to like kind of figure it out, because there may be some things you can move around and change and shift in your own life in order to be able to start reaching that greatness that you want. But I think the key element is that you have to just get back up and show up. And keep doing it again and again and again. We see it every day in this industry where people have been doing it for 30, 40 years, and then finally they become like
superstardom. You know?
Oh
what I mean?
yeah, Morgan Freeman. I mean, he didn't get his break till he was like, 40, 50. I mean, like, and look at that talent. Like, he's so good. There's so many of those cases, which leads me to another like thing that I really tried this year. I've really been focusing on. They always say, your acting career, you gotta take it serious. You gotta take your practicing serious. Everything's gotta be so serious. And then I'm like, what happened to just like picking up a script for me? Like picking up a script and just pretending again, or just singing some melodies, or just kind of dancing in the dance room and not really trying. You're just doing what you love.
Yeah.
And, sometimes you get too serious about it and it steals the joy of it. I always say time flies when you're having fun. And when time flies and you're having fun, you're actually working on your craft. You don't even realize it. Before you know it, you book something. Before you do that, you're doing press. I mean, that's what happened with like Teen Wolf even. I just started having fun with it again. I started training, and I started doing this. I started watching more movies. I was like, oh yeah, I love acting. And then one thing led to another, and then all of a sudden, I got this audition for Teen Wolf. And I was like, oh, I don't think I did that good on the audition. And then they're like, no, you booked it. I was like, what?
Bam,
paycheck.
Paycheck.
And then I'm like, wow, oh my god, now I'm on a hit TV show. So
That's
enjoy
amazing.
the process. Like truly find a way to I love what I do, and it's a marathon. And God bless, I'm so lucky to be on this marathon. Some people don't get to walk it.
All right, 2 quick questions.
Boom.
If you aren't acting, what else would you love to be doing?
Producing.
That's right. You love to produce.
I do love to produce TV and film.
What about directing? Because they
I can't wait.
So they run hand in hand a lot,
Yes and no.
So,
they do and they don't. Like directing, there's definitely an art to it. You gotta, there's a lot of stuff you gotta understand. But I can't wait for the day in my career when I can really focus on directing as well.
Awesome. And then, is there a book or is there someone that you follow that really kind of helps you mentally prepare and to focus on what you're doing, to keep focused and to keep a really good positive outlook on things?
One's for life, and it's called "Excuse Me, Your Life Is Waiting" by Lynn Grabhorn, and that's about your headspace.
And that's a book.
That's a book.
Okay.
And then another one it's technically for acting, but the way she empowers you is really about all artistry in general, and it's Stella Adler, The Craft of Acting.
Yeah. Well, I feel like everything. Doesn't matter what you do across the board. It's the same. You know what I mean? You mentally have to prepare and push and work through things and learn and train and coach in every aspect in order to be great.
Oh yeah.
It relates the same, right?
100%. Art is universal. Totally.
Cool. And is there anybody that you that inspires you? Like, I love Gary Vee. Do you know who Gary Vee is? Gary Vaynerchuk is his name. You've got to go. I'm gonna put the link right here, or not, his Instagram. Daily doses of just flat out real. It's hard for me to get inspired by people, and this guy, he rocks my boat every day.
Really?
Yes. I'm
gonna check it out too.
Yes, Gary Vee. On Instagram, it's Gary V, VEE. Yeah, and man, he's like so real, so raw. He makes he's inspired me. Gary, if you watch this ever, you inspired me, buddy. Thank you so much for your inspiration.
That's awesome.
Yes, you gotta go check him out. I am going to be dropping him off. He's got an audition. Guys, I just thank you so much, Cody, for being with us today and dropping, words of wisdom from a young 23-year-old. It's really amazing to see that in today's society. And I'm just really grateful that you came out. I'm pulling up right on time. What is this, man? Thank you, buddy.
Absolutely, man. Always a pleasure to see you.
And go kill that audition, man.
I will. Hopefully I'll book it. But if not, I'll enjoy the process.
Later.